Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog, and you know, Nets fans is the best fans. Y'all know how I be on it. And yeah, man, what a day. What a day. Got some personal shit going on in my life, and I don't know, man. Shit just hit home sometime, and it just make you realize to appreciate who you have in your life and to stay safe and stay healthy as possible. You know what I'm saying? Um, Listen, the Brooklyn Nets are doing huge things as far as the draft. They took the two essential moves. They got a bunch of new assistant coaches. I named them, and they got these new draft picks. We didn't make no trades. You see us. We didn't really try to shake the scene early in the trade market and not like that. We, kind of seeing how things unfold. Excuse me. And I think that's the best thing for the Brooklyn Nets, to kind of let things happen the way they happen. Um, but yeah, I just want y'all to take a look at this with me. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to take a look at this with me. Let's get a good gander. Let's get a good gander. This is the projected depth chart. Dinwiddie and Sumner, Patty Mills. I don't feel like we going into the season with those point guards, but let's continue. Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas at the two guard. I don't like that. Cam Thomas should be the starting two guard. Mikal Bridges is not a two guard already. I don't like that. We got to change that up immediately. The point guard and the shooting guard situation, we got to change up. None of those point guards are dominated to say they're going to start the season with the Brooklyn Nets. Mikal Bridges shouldn't play the two guard. Cam Thomas should be the starting two guard, starting shooting guard. At the three, Joe Harris, get him out of it. Come on, man. Joe Harris has been on the road again. You gotta, you know what I mean? It's over with, bro. Like we gave you chance after chance, and what happened. We don't have to look back. Let's think about going forward, the future, and what's best for both parties. I don't think Joe Harris is gonna be on this team when the season starts. Ben Simmons, if he's healthy, great. He's not healthy right now, so we got a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Pause or whatever. Derek Whitehead, he's another player that we're going to develop, a rookie. Shout to him. So again, there's a lot of uncertainty. Oh shit, my guy Barry in the building. 2 more days and we at it. I was just watching a video when I was playing Tea Time. That shit funny as hell. I'm about to watch it again. Just cause you here. Just cause you here. Some more Nets fans pull up. I'll throw that on. My guy Barry here. We playing this game, KVN. We run the City the podcast on Saturday. Yo, pull up and talk your shit, Barry. Pull up and talk your shit, man. Cause this is good content. We gonna put this together, and we gonna make a production out of this shit, man. Facts. This shit finna be hilarious. I'm about to put on the video. It's 2-1. I can't. The other one we didn't make a video. We ain't make a video. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't. It's hard to see that one. But I'm looking for where this. This is JTV. There you go. This is. Here you go. Yeah, Barry. I think Barry going. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat for my guy Barry. Cause Barry, he definitely. I want to definitely hear him talk his shit. I mean, you don't feel no pressure though, Barry. If you know what I mean. Maybe you're not a talker like that. But you know what I'm saying? You just want to play, show them what it is. If that's the case, then that's what's up. Alright. That's the case, then that's what's up. We'll get to that a little bit later. We'll get to this a little bit later. Shout out to all my Nets fans. We the best fans. Out here. I will play the footage of me other footage. I only got this footage to play. It's only this footage to play. I'm talking to get him. Look at your man talking. Look at your boy talking crazy. We don't even get to the basketball court yet. He doing a live talking spicy to me, bro.
On my way
Look at this guy.
to give this man, Big Man Breezy, that work.
Look at this guy.
About to go get this man that work. Now is the date. The time is here. The time is now. About to give this man that work. Something bad,
But it depends. Yeah, I'm big man. My next day in prison, man. I'm rolling for the cat off. I need my flowers, man. I need them. I need my flowers. I need my flowers, man.
Yo.
Game 15.
Yo, Leaf, what up, Leaf?
3-point line, boy.
Ain't nothing, bro. Yo, what the?
Yo,
the
hold
hell?
on. Let me tell you what I got going on, man.
Time, your boy.
Let me tell you what I got going on. Shout to Leaf 4748. Subscribe to his page. I know what's up. Subscribe to mine too while you're at it. Listen, man. Saturday, KVN, Who Run the City, the podcast. We having a basketball game, the Knicks fans versus the Nets fans at Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier 2, the same exact park that the Brooklyn Nets practice in, for the practice in the park. We doing that like around 1 o'clock. We've been hyping it up for like over a month, for like a year, since last year. We did it like in August last year, and last year was the first one that we did. This year we doing it again. We're gonna have two parts. One part is gonna be the ball game. The second one is gonna be the barbecue. I don't know how many days I got off. I know I'm gonna make the game. I don't know if I'll make the barbecue, but it started all from the podcast. KVN, Who Run the City, the podcast. Me and my guy T-Tom, he does Knicks and Ish. We pretty much got the podcast, and then it turned into actual basketball games. So it's been fun, man. It's been dope. It's growing, and my guy Barry, he was there last year. He about to have a one-on-one with T-Tom. Shit, you more than welcome, Leaf. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely pull up and hoop with us, man. What you got going on Saturday?
This Saturday. Damn. I gotta do some driving this Saturday because I'm gonna be in Bay Ridge.
Okay.
And, yeah. This Saturday I'm gonna be in Bay Ridge, so I ain't gonna be able to make that Brooklyn Bridge shit. But yeah, I'm gonna tune into the pod though, because I remember you told me about KVN, Who Run the City and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna tune into that though. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So this is the game. You know what I mean? I was playing via T-Time. We had a one-on-one. I wanted to win this game. And like I said, I was going to get into this because there wasn't no Nets fans in the building. But since you're here, I'm gonna get into what I really wanted to get into. I seen you earlier too, man. Shout out to Chill, man. I was looking for him because he ain't do Chill with Chill earlier, and he explained it when he got on his show. And then when I didn't see that he went live, and then when I pulled up, you was up there, you and SB and Chill. I was like, oh yeah, this shit about to be good. And then this shit, that shit was fire, man. I fucked with them all the way.
Yeah, appreciate it. We ain't get a chance to chop it up about the draft picks, like with the draft picks. That was the last time. It was like,
yeah.
Chop it up. Because I knew about Clowney and Whitehead. Whitehead. I think Chilltown had touched on it. It might be like it's sort of like a blessing, the gift, like gift and curse type of thing when you like from the city and everything, like you from the area and you play for your hometown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you still at home, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. But I think I don't know how exactly that's gonna work out in the future, man. I mean, I know we need a facilitator still. We're still vacant of that. Clowney, on the other hand, me personally, with the way that the contract is gonna go with the new CBA,
right?
And I think Clowney, to me he looked like Nick Claxton replacement.
Nah, it
That's
looked
what.
like that. Nah, I heard Sean Marks in an interview, the press conference, and he was like, "Yo, you can't teach wingspan." I think he wants to design this whole team, and to contrary, Nick Claxton is just he's the anchor of our team, and they getting players that like Nick Claxton. That's Noah Clowney. It's no way that what Claxton did last season, Noah Clowney is going to pick up and do what he did last season. Hell no.
No, 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 not right now. Nah, not right away. But here's my thing. I think the responsibilities is it, like they kind of groom it. It seemed like they picked him up to kind of groom him into that, like eventually. But by the time Nick Claxton is due for some serious chicken, then he probably gonna get the bulk of that because it doesn't seem like.
I don't know. I gotta disagree with you.
The reason why I say that is because Nick Claxton not making an all defensive team this year really was kind of a blessing in disguise for us, but based on the new CBA, because you think about it, like you got to look at what happened. We got to pay Cam Johnson at one. That's number one. We had to pay
That's
Cam,
right.
right? Well, we had to make a decision on we still got Ben Simmons contract on our heads, and we still got Joe Harris contracts on us. So that's two. Had he would have made all defensive team, like one of the all defensive teams, that means more money for him. Because if
Right.
you make an all defensive team, that's basically like the super incentive. Boom, you get to get a deal, and like had him and Mikal made all defensive team, like that would have been money off the books that we had to just pay them just off the rip, just because they made all defensive teams, whatever,
But
whatever. So, but
I'm
but
with
to
you.
continue what I'm saying, I think it was a blessing in disguise that they didn't because the money that we got back we was able to cut our tax bill in half once we got rid of Katie and Kyrie. Obviously, um,
Right.
we trying to get the Joe Harris contract still got to get moved, and the Ben Simmons contract still got to get moved.
Right, but just slowing it down, getting back to the draft picks. Jalen Wilson, also 51st pick out of Kansas. Also, Jock Vaughn went to Kansas. Trust me, there's a relationship growing there. There's a bond growing there between Jock Vaughn and Jalen Wilson. Again, Jalen Wilson averaged 20 points coming into college. You know what I
Right.
mean? He's a hooper. He's somebody that could put the ball on the floor and score, and he's a big man. And we always complain about not having no, with KD leaving that mid-range perimeter. I mean, not perimeter, but mid-range box area scoring around the key or whatever
Yeah.
or whatnot. We missed that. Getting Jalen Wilson, we don't replace Kevin Durant, obviously, but we do get more interior scoring. I don't know what we do with Day'Ron Sharpe. He's also a draft pick. I don't know but Dariq, interesting enough, Dariq Whitehead and Day'Ron Sharpe went to this play basketball together on the same high school team.
Right. They did. Yeah, I heard about that. The reason on Day'Ron Sharp. Yeah. But I think the thing with you mentioned it a few seconds ago about they Sean Marks is trying to go for like more wingspan, and one of the things that I think that's we hit on when we drafted Whitehead because he about 6'6", 6'7", and I think he has potential to be like a 3-and-D guard. He could go in the direction of like a lead guard, maybe. I
Or
think, but maybe 3-and-D guard would probably be more the case. However, I think the only thing we probably still looking for is like maybe a tall facilitator. I don't listen. I'll be honest with you. The way that we drafted, it seemed like they still got some type. Sean Marks or somebody in that front office still got some type of faith in Ben Simmons to hit the court. I don't personally. I don't personally. Be honest with you, but I mean, if that was to happen, I got people convincing me that my man J Rob try to convince me that Ben Simmons is gonna have a resurgence type of season, or like a revenge tour type of season, whatever. I don't know what that's about, but
right around
listen,
contract season, man. That's a year before contract season. So what he got? He got this year, 23, 24. It's not contract season. I think his contract is at 25, 26 season.
yeah, 25, 26 maybe. Man, if I had to say, maybe off the
Yeah, I
head, but
think he gonna
I
have
don't know.
one of those I'm back seasons pretty soon. If it ain't this season, it's gonna be next season. Because again, like you said prior about the CBA, there's gonna be heavy emphasis on how they get the bag, and the bag more so from ball club to player is going to come from the drafted player to from the, and the team that drafted that player.
That's
Yeah,
it exactly.
the free agency going to be always the free agency is the free agency. It's always going to be open, and people going to be excited about it. But for teams, they see now, these players got their own initiatives. You
Yes.
understand? They coming in like, yeah, give me the bag. And after
Ye-
they get the bag, they could say whatever. They could say, I want to trade. I could do this and I could do that. And I heard the new CBA agreement is until 2030.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right,
they
right.
could be
And
steadfast about whatever it is in that contract.
here's the thing: when they was at the negotiation tables, man, I'm almost 100% in belief. In belief, and I say believe. I use that word term lightly. I'm 100,000% in belief that when they came to terms on these new deals about this new CBA, Ben Simmons' name definitely came up. Kawhi Leonard's name definitely came up.
That's funny
Like
as
those,
hell. Hell
like
yeah.
I know them names definitely came up, and now what this new CBA does, the way that they dumping contracts off. If you seen I think yesterday John Collins got sent to Utah for Rudy Gay and the second pick and a second round pick.
I seen that.
That was a basically drop off contract. I think the Knicks is about to get DiVincenzo for some scraps or whatever. There was another contract. More contracts is probably gonna get dumped. I don't know if you was checking out Ticket TV page. The Clippers is looking like they about to part ways with PG. The dump off a contract that lower their tax bill. So
Yeah,
it's a
man.
lot.
I was a fan of Ticket before I even found out about Players Choice.
Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know about Ticket before, but I would have followed some other people. I like Ticket was like one of the people. Like I had a homie that listened to him, whatever. But the thing I'm trying to mention with the CBA, not to harp too much with CBA. I'm gonna get back to the draft in a second, but the harp on the new CBA is like, from our standpoint, bro. Like we got to figure out a way to get rid of the Harris and the Ben Simmons contracts if they don't work for us, because now we know that Joe Harris, like what he signed, I think he signed for a Duncan Robinson contract. If we still gonna hold that on the books with the Ben Simmons contract, with like having him as as the last of the max players, like
Yeah,
it's gonna have to be like one of those
yeah,
Nick Tuck and Fine type of things where it's like, all
yeah,
right, yo, we still gotta pay the players that we just got. We just got Cam Johnson and we just had to pay him just off season. It coming up.
yeah. I
That's
think
the
I
one.
think they're gonna have to listen. Listen. Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, and DFS on the trade block because they got the biggest contracts outside of Ben Simmons and Mikal Bridges, and we all know that Mikal Bridges deserved the contract, and all those other contracts are tradable contracts.
Right.
And again, as much as I like Dinwiddie, trust me, I see that the Brooklyn Nets don't have confidence outside of Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Nick Claxton. Those seem like the three players they're willing to build around. And again, I feel like we can put Cam Thomas at the two guard. This is why I pulled up this depth chart. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's all wrong. So they got Dinwiddie at something and Patty Mills at the point. I don't see that point guard's position solidify at all. For right
Nope.
now, so I'm just saying. So you got shooting guard Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas. I want Cam Thomas to be the two, and then I want help with Cam Thomas, which we don't have, or get a starting two guard because Mikal Bridges should not be the starting two. He should be the starting three. Joe Harris shouldn't start for the Brooklyn Nets, period. Finney Smith shouldn't start for the Brooklyn Nets, and Royce O'Neal shouldn't be the power forward. Ben Simmons shouldn't be no damn small forward, and Dariq Whitehead is not starting. To my knowledge, he's recovering from an injury.
Right.
Nick Claxton is the starting five. Day'Ron Sharpe should be at the power forward. Clowney should be also at the power forward, and they got fucking Raekwon Gray there at the center. So
Right.
I know this shit is not going to be like this. And
Nah. But to
David
real.
Wilson's a small forward, power forward. He's the guy that came out of college averaging 20 and that went to the same school as Jock Vaughn, Kansas.
Right. Right. But to rearrange that depth chart a little bit,
For real.
obviously with Dinwiddie and Joe Harris, pretty much out of the way. Or like I don't mind keeping Finney Smith for another year, man. Like it's all right with me. But with them out,
Starting though, you want him to start at the power forward this season? You got Nick Claxton at 5, DFS at the 4.
what I was thinking of, if Ben Simmons don't waste our damn time, man, like he'll probably be getting like
They ain't even got Cam Johnson on the roster. Damn, they need to. That's the
yeah,
problem.
yeah, they don't even got Cam Johnson on the roster. That's crazy because I guess he ain't really signed a deal yet or whatever. So
Right.
what I was thinking of, Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith at that 3 or 4 spot. Nick Claxton, Ben Simmons, and Mikael Bridges. But I think that's more of a defensive lineup. I think that's somewhat of the lineup that we ran the night that we first got them all, and we played Philly, and we lost that game in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about that lineup. Ben Simmons actually played well in that game, bro. Like he played very well off the bench in that game.
Right.
And then fed the shooters. Him with Joe Harris. They was cooking. They started to cook in that second half.
Right. I remember that game. Joe Harris.
Yeah,
in that second quarter, he had like
yeah.
5,
Ben Simmons' defense on Joel was pretty damn good too, bro. Joel didn't score him, by the way.
He was physical with him.
Yeah. That. So my thing is like, listen. By some miracle, listen, I already said, man, if Ben Simmons is still the best passer on our roster, we got a serious problem. I don't even know what it's going to go through next, man. Maybe, listen, I don't think this new CBA is going to really phase him, because if you're still making money, it like NBA contracts is guaranteed contracts. If you're still making money, or if you still actually really got a back injury and you ain't, and you ain't got no damn mental problems, now you can finally hit the fucking court. But
right.
I don't know what can make this nigga hit the court if this new CBA don't, bro. Like, because the 65 game incentive, the 65 game mandate to like be on the All NBA team and apply for I like it too, but I don't really think it's gonna force none of these players' hands. It's not gonna force the hands of Ben Simmons. It ain't gonna force the hand of Zion. It ain't gonna force the hand of Kawhi Leonard, bro. Like these dudes, they doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, but trust me, that hitting that 65 games, mark means a lot. That means you can't low, and what I will say is a lot of the low management I seen from these top players, they wind up playing 60 games or less. So to push the quota to 65, I think that was good business on the NBA side. And at the end of the day, the fans get to don't get cheated. You playing way more than half of your games. You're playing the third or more of your games. So I respect it. I like that they went in that direction. I just wanted to read this to you real quick while I got you here. This is the Brooklyn Nets. It say off-season transactions. You know about the draft picks. It say who to watch. Say Cam Johnson averaged 16.6 points for Brooklyn, up from 13.9 with Phoenix. So we asking him to score the ball more on Brooklyn. I think he could. He filled those shoes. I think he could do that. I think he could average between 15 and 20 points. I do.
I think Cam Johnson, for us, realistically, he's kind of our Michael Porter Jr. Realistically, bro. Like, because the thing is, he's gonna be the first to like really shoot in our lineup to like, shoot the ball the second that he get it, kind of like, like he one of those players that think every time he shoot the ball it's going in, and you can see it the way that he does shoot. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just like, he can attack when he can attack, man. Like, and I don't want him to settle for the three, but you know how these light skinned dudes is, man. Like,
he got a little many. And my thing is, the defense, they gotta respect his pump fake. So if he pump fake, he could shoot that midi. I hope that's one part of his game that he's working on as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Right. I feel like if he work, and again, what he do? He averaged 18.5 points and shot 42% from behind the three. Game 4 versus the Sixers. I think we need to see him do that all year. I would like to see him score 15 to 20 points. That's all. I'm not asking him to be a 20 to 25 point scorer. I definitely want to see him to score 15 to 20 points every night. You got to give us that. You give us that, whatever contract you asking for, give it to him. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer of and sticking with Mikal Bridges for chemistry reasons. That's why I was saying all that on chill
Right.
earlier.
Right.
It said what it say. Johnson is a restricted free agent. Brooklyn has the right to match an offer sheet. A conservative approach would likely have the Nets inheriting a lucrative contract. I don't think these opposing teams want to take a conservative approach. I think they want us to max out on Cam Johnson, pause, because they know that we need him. So they offer sheet is gonna be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I think not necessarily. Well, because I think with the new CBA,
okay.
a lot of the teams is not gonna really like you might run into a team that might be an asshole and just run the money up just so we can run the money up and try to put us in luxury tax or something like that. But other than that, I don't really see other teams really flying out the bags too much for outside of the players that they got. Any players that they trying to get traded left, and then there's a lot of teams that's gonna be with their same teams, like the same 4 or 5 dudes, for like the next 6 or 7 years. However, I want just a side note real quick.
Yeah.
The Knicks did pick up DiVincenzo. That would complete some of that Villanova team that they had with Brunson Hart and DiVincenzo. And as you know, the other piece that played on that team we have, that's Mikal Bridges.
Right,
So
right.
the Knicks is trying to low key trying to sneak something over there, trying to get like some low key like college guys to get back into the like into
Yeah.
the forefront with each other and something like that. I mean, which is an interesting strategy. I never would have thought of it like that, but
Yeah,
I
no, I,
guess
I see what they doing. They not
yeah.
surprising me. You know what I'm saying? I do the vlog with them every Saturday, so I'll be doing my homework on them too. But I think that again, the better teams had deep benches, so teams are not going to stop with the starting five. And teams who got a good starting five that want to change that, that's on them. You see how that shit can become a debacle. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I think we had to change our starting five with the circumstances. We got 4 new starters, and
Hmm.
going into next season, I would like to, change 2 starters at the 2 guard and the point guard. I would like to have Kim Thomas start at the 2, and I'm not sold on Dinwiddie neither. If we could get somebody else, me personally, like you said, if we could find a way to package Dinwiddie and Joe Harris, do it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, definitely.
Do that
But
shit.
Cam Thomas as a starter, I'm not really sold on. I'm real so I'm what I am sold on is him as Sumner playing together because they
Okay.
can play together, man. Like and they're gonna play together probably off the bench. Now, Mikel at the 2 basically gives us a lot more wingspan and versatility at that position, and then at the 1, listen, look, somehow, some way, man. Ben Simmons, I already know Ben Simmons is going to sell, but listen, Ben Simmons like playing the primary, I guess not the primary facilitator position for us, the primary facilitator for our team. If it's gonna last, if the CBA is gonna get this dude mind right, then I'm all for it. If not, then I'm pissing on it, man. After this year, and then it ain't no. Oh yeah, wait till Ben Simmons to come back. Just at the third. No, I'm not waiting on that because I knew it was a bad trade right from the get go, man. And we just gonna have to deal with it and just basically eat that bullet. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, realistically, again, like I said, I'm a firm believer in building, and I like what we were building before Katie and Kyrie came. And when Katie and Kyrie came, I was still happy. And then when Jared Allen didn't get the bag, then it went bad. But I said all that to say that on the business side of things, they talk about how the Nets have paid 323 million in tax penalties the prior 3 seasons, or 10 million below the tax before free agency begins. If Johnson next contract starts with a $20 million salary for 23-24, Brooklyn would need to move at least $15 million in salary to avoid the tax. If the Nets don't, they'll be over the tax and the new first apron in the collective bargaining agreement that starts in July. They are also in the repeated tax 4th time in 5 seasons, will pay a significant penalty if the current roster stays intact. So this again shows blaring signs that they're gonna not have the current roster, and staying intact. It
Oh
is
yeah, obviously.
not gonna stay intact. They are
Obviously, there's
the-
no way. There's no
right.
way we walking into July we walking into next season with that roster, with a mediocre roster and over and first tax over the and first
Yeah,
over the
nah,
first tax mark. No way, that's impossible.
yeah,
No,
nah. This not.
so Sean Marks is gonna have to call in some favors for some other GMs, man. Be like, hey, man, listen, you hold us down with this. We'll
Mm-hmm,
do this, that, the third for you. Da 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 da. So it's gonna be a lot of calling in some favors for a
mm-hmm.
favor. With the GMs, they really gonna have to put their heads together, and the
Yeah,
owners is gonna have to put their heads together. Hopefully, Joe Side and Sean Marks ain't piss off the other 29 owners and GMs.
nah,
Uh, too much to the fact where it's like, okay, we traded y'all Kevin Durant, we traded Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, man, but we all know who they can't do business with, man. Probably can't do business with the Lakers. Because
yeah,
we done stopped Kyrie from going there. We probably want to go there. We probably
yeah,
can't do
man.
business.
We don't need nothing.
Probably can't do business with the Lakers or the Celtics, man. Like, and I don't really want to do business with the Lakers or the Celtics. Me personally, I don't
Yeah,
want to do play business with no trust fund babies. Fuck them. But like, as far as I'm concerned, man. Like, listen, we leaving them in the shitter.
yeah,
So
yeah. Nah, I
my
ain't tripping off
yeah
that.
yeah yeah. I'm not tripping off that neither. But yeah. But before this season started. Before the first game of the regular season start, man, some of these contracts is gonna have to get off the books, man. And we're gonna have to start with Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, possibly for Finney Smith, but I see Royce O'Neal probably spotting up out of there before for Finney Smith, because Finney Smith still got that defense. It looked like we're going in the defensive direction with everything that you said about Sean Marks in terms of wingspan and getting guys to be in the passing lanes. We have the potential to be a good defensive team if we keep that intact. But yeah, I don't know. Something got to shake, man. I ain't gonna stay on long, man. I'm gonna get right to it, man. I gotta charge this phone anyway, man. So yeah, we gonna talk more about this shit, man. BG,
Appreciate
Barry, I heard about the Pistons wanting Cam Johnson. They wanted them. They probably wanted a couple of contracts. I'm not sure what the rest of their bag looked like over on that side. It's probably like a lot of rookie deals and a lot of rookie contracts still left. Bogdanovich is probably the only person I think that's getting paid over there. If I had to say so, maybe him and Bagley, but
Mhm.
it seemed like we're gonna have to find a team to move some of these contracts with, man. Like, we're gonna have to move way more than $15 million.
Oh,
Cause
for sure.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Cause it like the Clippers are starting to dump people off.
Yeah.
The Hawks already dumped off on John Collins, so we're gonna be
Hmm.
seeing a lot of what we'll be seeing, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, a lot of people thought, like, yo, because they got rid of Marcus Smart over in Boston, and I know in terms of personnel it was a bad trade, but listen, they probably got it off for some other reasons, and I doubt it. That Jalen Brown might be on the market next if sometime this summer or before the season started anyway. So it looked like it might be and a lot of teams might be looking to go in the opposite direction, but it's just because of money. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna make some shake, man. Yeah, we gonna talk more about this, man. I'm spotted into the I'm spotted to the other podcast with the KVN joint. Yeah, man. I'll make sure.
Saturday, yeah,
Right.
man. Tune in.
Yeah.
We gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah,
at the
yeah,
park.
definitely. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, Brooklyn stand up. Our city gonna stand tall. Hey, yo, bro, I gotta start. Yo, the people from out of state that's gonna see this, bro. Let's make it known. Brooklyn, New York is not New York City. New York City is Manhattan. That's
Right.
what it is. We are our own
Absolutely.
city.
Yep.
Trust me, we are our own city. Once you look up Brooklyn, New York, you're gonna see the map of Brooklyn, New York. Then you cross that water. It costs $8 to get from Brooklyn to Manhattan. That's how much that bridge costs. $8, bro. Trust me. So
This is crazy.
Brooklyn and Manhattan, and New York City and New York State is three different things. We're our own city. So when you say Brooklyn, New York, then we're saying, and not just the borough, that's the city. It's one of the largest cities in the world. So get
Fact.
that straight, man, before y'all come out here, man. Start talking out your face, man. Like, no, listen, if you ain't been to Brooklyn, don't even think about coming to Brooklyn, man. Like it is what it is. If you're from out of state, you're out of town. Yeah, I don't expect you to know. I only expect people, residents, that understand. Brooklyn, New York is our own city.
Right.
Yes, you heard it here first, man. Me, big fan, Breeze, man. Shout out to everybody that come on the podcast. Shout out to the whole city, man. Brooklyn stand up. Our city will stand tall again in these next 9 years, man. Believe that. And
Facts.
I'm out of here, man. Yo, Breeze, man, we gonna hook it up again, man.
All right. That's what's
All
up.
right. Yep.
Shout out to Leaf, man. Always talking Brooklyn Net basketball, Brooklyn Nets basketball. We out here, man. You know, again, man, it's always good to have Brooklyn Nets fans uh in the chat on the panel. Shout out to all the other fans. I appreciate y'all as well. But you know how I do. Uh to continue the conversation, they say the good news is that the Nets had 5 players earning between 6.8 million and 20 million on expiring contracts, including Royce O'Neal, partially guaranteed $9.5 million salary. So it looked like Royce O'Neal, Cam Thomas, Joe Harris, Dorian Finney-Smith are all tradable. The extension options for Spencer Dinwiddie. We gotta see what that's about. Available exceptions, veteran minimum in trade, 18.1 million, 4.5, 1.8, 1.8, 1.6 million. Below the oh, this is Spencer's available exception. This is it. Veteran minimum in trade. Okay. They'll get 18.1 mil in the trade. Okay. Below ones. If he gonna stay below, if he helping the Brooklyn Nets stay below the luxury tax, he's gonna have to get 12.5 and then 16.5. I think I'm reading this right. The 16.5 is the first apron. The second apron is 27 million. We'll see. Key dates: June 29th, the last day to extend a qualifying offer to Johnson. Shit, that's like tomorrow or the next day. They kind of like we should be hearing something soon, y'all. We should be hearing something soon. July 5th, 2.2 million contract as something becomes guaranteed. I think they keep. I think they keep as something. He got to stay healthy, but he a good player. July 10th, I think they're gonna do something with Royce O'Neal by July 10th, and this next week, a lot's gonna happen between now and next week, like a week from now, a week from today. October 23rd, the last day to extend the contract of Simmons. Why would they extend it? October 31st, the deadline to exercise the 4th-year term option for Thomas and Day'Ron Sharpe. They better do that. Don't play with Cam Thomas and Day'Ron Sharpe, man. They better do that. Free agency starts tomorrow, Barry says. That's what's up. Word, that's what's up. What the free agency look like, though? Cam Johnson. Free agency. I'll get into that another time. Barry said you might go to the Suns. That's what's up. We all see. But yeah, man, I'm gonna call it a night, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to pull up, kick it with y'all for a little bit. And I had a long day, man. I appreciate y'all. Trust me, man. This helps me through, man. Shout out to Barry. You know what I'm saying? He's a dope fan. That's my guy, man. But yeah, Saturday is lit, man. We gonna KBN. We run the city. The podcast be out there, man. 1:00 p.m. That's when we start. And I'll be back before Friday. You know, before we go to the Saturday, I should be back. You know what I mean? I love y'all, man. Have a good night.
Big fan preview with the Brooklyn Nets vlog.
BROOKLYNBROOKLYN